All right, some breaking news just coming in. India has unfortunately just lost the match. Rahul Rawat is with us for more on that. Rahul?
Well, thank you, Sneha, but it's over. The inaugural World Test Championship has its first ever winner, and that is New Zealand. India have lost the World Championship final by 8 wickets. Well, 139 is all that New Zealand had to get to win this final. Well, India, as far as Indian team is concerned, the batting was found wanting not once but twice in both the innings. In the first innings, they were skittled out for 217, and in the second innings, that is today, they folded up for just 170, which meant that New Zealand were set a target of 139, which New Zealand won by 8 wickets. Kane Williamson, their captain, led the way. He scored an unbeaten 52. And Ross Taylor scored an unbeaten 47. So two experienced pros coming to the fore as far as New Zealand are concerned. For them, it could be, in fact, they have won an ICC Champions Trophy back in 2000. But since then, it's been a heartbreak for New Zealand, who made it to the finals of 2015 50-over World Cup. Then again in 2019, they made it to another final of the World Cup. But today, they have that monkey off their back, and they've won the World Test Championship. For India, of course, it's a heartbreak, but perhaps Boria, I believe Boria is with us from Kolkata. Boria, massive heartbreak. But in the morning, we were discussing, in fact, many of us thought that this match is heading towards a draw. But unfortunately, the Indian batsmen, they were found wanting. Well, New Zealand deserved this victory, or you would say that the big match occasion got the better of India?
No, absolutely New Zealand deserved this victory. I mean, make no mistake about it. You and I both thought it would be a draw. I mean, there's no debate and there's no problem in saying that both of us thought it would be a draw. The batting conditions weren't bad today. And, you know, if you see the dismissals, one by one, right from the third one, which is today morning, not one was an unplayable ball. Virat Kohli outside the channel, edge. Cheteshwar Pujara was in two minds whether to edge or not to edge, and then edged it to slip. Ajinkya Rahane, again a soft dismissal, was assured playing well, down leg stump, edge there. There was absolutely no reason to get that edge. He unfortunately got. Rishabh Pant, that's Kaya. Had he batted for another half an hour, 40 minutes, Rishabh Pant, India could have drawn the match, because it would have been to tea, 20-30 more runs would have been added. New Zealand would not have got that many number of overs. So Rishabh Pant and Ravindra Jadeja, that partnership was critical. Then Ravichandran Ashwin soon after, and it fell down. So yes, the batting wasn't up to the mark. New Zealand was excellent. I mean, that Kane Williamson review saved them. That Ross Taylor catch was also critical. Overall, if you really judge, New Zealand won because Indian batting faltered in the second innings because of some excellent bowling and some poor application.
Absolutely.
Fair call to say deserving winners, and Virat Kohli continues that quest for that ICC trophy.
Yes,
it has to continue.
That's a concern, if we may say so, because you are going to have a T20 World Cup as well in a matter of few months now. But Boria, if we can speak about the batting, you know, New Zealand, they were there in England a few weeks before India reached there. They got 2 test matches. We just can't blame Indian team or you know, anything, but the preparations, New Zealand, they had better preparations, because this particular test series wasn't scheduled. This was not there in the ICC FTP. They went there, went ahead of time. They went and played with that Duke's ball, got themselves acclimatized, and we could see the kind of movement and the kind of the way they played. Clearly, the Indian batting, because you would never see Virat Kohli playing so much away from his body. So these are something that some issues that India will need to address, especially in conditions like the one in England.
They will address, Rahul, because now they will get a month. They have never got a month in England in the recent past, not in the last 2 decades. So when the test match starts in August, 8th of August, India will be well and truly on course. There's no debate about it. But you're right. I mean, New Zealand was there. This wasn't scheduled. But When did we falter? And did we have our moments? Something that you and I have discussed on this platform multiple times. We had New Zealand at 8 down, and then the last 2 wickets, again 30-40 runs, that Tim Southee knock, the Kylie Jamieson knock. 162 for 6, get them all out for 200, and you get a 20-run lead. They got a 32-run lead. Add 32 to that 140 chase, and then this would have been beyond them given the time. So that's point number one. Point number two, India was what? 60 for 1 yesterday night when Rohit got out. 60 for 1.
Right.
And that's when it happened. So when we are saying the batting, even on day one, we got a start. We got a 50-plus start. We were 146 for 3, and then that collapse happened, Rahul. So it's not as if our batsmen weren't able to play from ball 1. So there is an issue of application. Look at the dismissals. Ajinkya Rahane first innings, Ajinkya Rahane second innings, Virat Kohli second innings, Cheteshwar Pujara second innings, Rishabh Pant both innings, away from the body, and today that hoik of Trent Bolt, when another 45 minutes could have given us that comfort zone to be able to ensure that we would get a draw. So I'm not taking anything away from New Zealand, but India was found wanting. And I'm not one of those people who will say, oh, preparation, etc. We played bad. We've got a month now. Let's redeem ourselves in the England series.
Boria, we have celebrated India's victories. We've celebrated what they did in Australia, in England, on any tour. Every time they win a series, a match, we've always celebrated. But it is also time to contemplate, to go through what exactly is lacking. So now you play England. From 4th of August, you have the first test match, and the Indian team has been given a break. Why not utilize that break? Why not play some matches with some of the county teams?
Rahul, after 3 weeks, they will reconvene. So you cannot just play 40 days on the trot. They will have a good 3.5 weeks to get themselves ready. You know, and let us also not lose perspective. One match doesn't make this team a bad side. Okay,
absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Social media people have gone bonkers and will. That is the nature of social media. Everything is bad. Virat is bad. Ravi is bad. Bharat's bad. Rohit's bad. No one can play. Bumrah can't bowl. All the nonsense has started. That's fine. But you have to pinpoint issues. There was an issue with Jasprit in the sense he was unlucky, but in the first innings, slightly off color. Was that lack of match practice? Number one. Team selection, we went for our 2 spinners because of the rain. Jaddu was hardly utilized in the first innings. And in batting, one of the reasons why we went with the 2 spinners, because they could provide that batting stability, did not happen. So is important to note, will Mohammad Siraj get a game in Nottingham? Did the 3 fast bowlers stand up to the test? Mohammad Shami did. Ishant Sharma looked tired to me. So all said and done, Rahul, minor tweaks, nothing major as far as I'm concerned, but more importantly, ICC trophy jinx. The killer instinct, when it's a final or a semi-final, Rahul, and you've got an opportunity, kill it. Once again, we did not have that killer instinct when we had New Zealand on the match.
Boria, I'll come back to you. I'm also joined by India spinner, Indian cricketer Harbhajan Singh, who's been following this match pretty closely, just like any of us. I'm going to come back to Harbhajan as well, but before that, let's have a look at how the day transpired as far as India was concerned, how they lost the plot, how they crumbled under pressure, how their batsmen crumbled under pressure, and how New Zealand made it happen finally and finally. Bright sunny morning in Southampton, but not for India. Virat Kohli pushing far away from his body to a delivery that should have been left a note. Just what India didn't need to start the day.
He pushed out at that. He sometimes tends to do that, push out at deliveries.
Pujara needed to come up with nothing unusual by his standards, but somehow he chose to do it differently. The India number 3 poked at a delivery clearly in 2 minds, and Jamieson had his reward.
Outstanding delivery, outstanding spell.
Rahane many thought was unlucky, but then what matters is that New Zealand had dismissed half of the Indian batting for just 109 runs and a lead of just 77 runs.
Oh, wow. Horrible way to get out.
Rishabh Pant was let off in the slips, but kept playing in his characteristic fashion that earned him a few boundaries too.
The counter-attack continues.
Jadeja was never allowed to free his arms, with Wagner bombarding him with a barrage of short pitch deliveries before the left-hander gave up.
Got him. Jadeja is aghast, but Wagner has probed, he's prodded, he never gives in.
Pant also finally ran out of luck and it was all over for him too. But his 41 still gave India something to bowl at.
Exactly what India didn't want at this stage.
The Indian innings folded up for 170, handing New Zealand a 139-run target to win their first ICC tournament since the 2000 Champions Trophy.
138 India.
Ashwin got 2 wickets and New Zealand were 44 for 2. And suddenly there was some excitement in the air.
Close, going on to hit. No hesitation for Michael Goff.
But Kiwis had their most experienced batsmen at the crease and they dug deep to keep the Indian bowlers at bay. They began well and ended well. And New Zealand, having finished runners-up in the last 2 50-over World Cups, finally had the monkey off their back. Sports Bureau, India Today.
Sweeps fine. Very fine.
Bajuba, in the hindsight, a lot of things can be discussed. We can discuss about the planning, about the field placement, about the playing 11. But a better team won this World Championship final?
Well, we may definitely say so. You know, I think New Zealand played far better cricket than Team India, you know, and obviously they deserve to be the champions of this World Test Championship. I think they bowled beautifully. It was a crucial toss to win and they won that toss, and from there onwards, you know, they were on the driving seat from the first day when they went on to bowl, and they got India out for 217 in the first inning, and then in the second inning was very, very cheaply. So that's where, you know, they were on the driving seat, and I think you know, it benefited them, you know, being there in England, played those 2 test matches. You know, they understood those conditions better than the Indians, and I think they are much deserving candidate, and of course a very fitting result for them.
Bajua, all 3 of us, me, you and Boria, were there on the show in the afternoon, and we were discussing about how India will have to make an effort to make it a draw, to draw this particular test match. But still, the big occasion once again got the better of the Indians, perhaps a World Test Championship final. At the end of the day, it was an ICC title that was at stake.
Well, I think pressure is there in all the games. You can't play an international game without any sort of pressure. But yes, the bigger game bring more pressure, more responsibilities. And yes, even when we were talking in the afternoon, I spoke the same things. You know, I said people are saying it's going to be a great day for batting because sun is out. But still, you'll have to go out there and bat and show this is how it's done. And I was, you know, the only one probably who was saying that first hour or half hour or an hour will be very, very crucial. You know, if India don't lose any wicket in first 1 hour, or maybe in first session they lose only 1 wicket, you know, then India will you know, head towards the draw. But of course we lost too many wickets in the first session itself. That's where, you know, the pressure came into the boys who were playing you know, not the way they have played in India. So I think Virat Kohli's dismissal and Ajinkya Rahane's wicket was a crucial one for New Zealand. And once they got out, it was just a matter of time. You know how New Zealand they were bowling, and it was a matter of time for them to get the other batsmen out. So it was a great day for New Zealand cricket, but yes, disappointing day for Team India.
Boria, Cheteshwar Pujara, you know, he's faced a lot of flack also in the past for that slow strike rate, but he's played some exceptional knocks also. But in England, he's more often than not been found wanting. Of course, his average, if you see his scores in Australia, he's brilliant. But in other parts, in fact, if you see his record outside the subcontinent, it's just average or maybe below average. In England, this is his third tour of England. He averages close to 25 or 27 at most. Pujara, is he a matter of concern? I understand that he served Indian cricket for quite a long time, but then we need to have a backup as well. Maybe 5 test matches, he scores some brilliant runs. He ends up being the highest run scorer in the series. But what if he doesn't? Will there be a thought that maybe we might have to look beyond Cheteshwar Pujara?
You know, Rahul, this is a performance-oriented sport. If anyone doesn't score for a 5-test series, the first 3 games, whoever that is, if it's Rohit Sharma at the top, if it's Cheteshwar Pujara at 3, it is Shubman Gill, it is Ajinkya Rahane, it is anyone, people will want to question, and justly so. But this is a one-off test match. We saw what Pujara did in Australia. He stood up for India, took all those body blows. This is a one-off test match. And if you are actually going to pinpoint, then the entire batting lineup is at fault. I mean, today, 144 for 3 in the first innings and then 217 all out. You had it under control. That Rahane dismissal both innings, Virat Kohli dismissal both innings. So if you actually pinpoint, the entire batting is at fault. Rishabh did not play well. Jaddu did not stand up. Ash in the first innings was that cameo. This innings also. Today when we started, as Bhaju and you and I were on the show, all of us thought good batting conditions, 8 wickets, India will at least bat till T, 170 all out. It was a batting letdown. So why single out Pujara? I understand where you're coming from. This is, as I said, if he does not perform in the 3 test matches or 2 test matches, questions will be asked, and justly so. But this is also a one-off test match. The problem is the stakes were very high. The hype was huge. This is the World Test Championship.
Just 1 second. Absolutely. I completely agree. You're saying the stakes were really high. You must have read it, you must have heard about it, or you might have heard the captain himself. Because on the eve of this test match, Virat Kohli was asked, is this the biggest test match that, or rather the biggest match in his career or in the careers of many of these players? He said just another match, and Indian team is in England to play 6 test matches. That is the response that Virat gave to a question that was asked, because he was specifically asked. He was part of that 2011 World Cup final, but he was not the captain. Today he is the leader of this team. As a captain, as a leader of this team, I thought that this perhaps could have been the biggest match of his career so far. If he would have won, it would have been an ICC trophy in his cabinet. But as you said, that stakes were high. I doubt if some people within the team agree to it.
I absolutely thoroughly disagree with what you said. In fact,
with me or with the captain?
No, with you. Because what do you expect Virat Kohli to say in the press conference? Oh yeah, you know what? This is the most important test match of my life.
No.
What do you?
But
no, your last Rahul. Hold on. You had your say for 60 seconds. Give me 30 seconds. That last statement of yours. That some people in the team, you mean to say, what, you know, for them this match wasn't a high stakes game? Show me one player who would say this match wasn't a high stakes game. The coach was on record to say the mother of all battles.
Exactly.
But when a captain comes to a pre-match press conference, will he say this is the most important test match of my life and add more pressure to the team? Will he say all of that? Or do we even know what the stakes were like in the dressing room? If anyone says, I mean, you can blame the team, rightly so. You blame the batting, rightly so. You criticize the team, rightly so. But if you question, saying, oh, you know what, the players did not take this match seriously, the stakes weren't important for them, I will beg to differ. And respectfully so.
Fair enough.
But I do not think the captain is supposed to say that. But the captain cannot come to a press conference and say, this match is the most important cricket match of my life because of this, and add further pressure. Certain things are not said publicly.
Fair enough.
Ask Harbhajan Singh, ask Sunil Gavaskar, they will agree to that.
Fair enough, I agree. So, Virat was also asked that, is your team under pressure? He said, I am not under pressure. Maybe he wasn't sure about the other players, fair enough. But you know, the point is, I am not saying that he's wrong, but at least give some importance. I'm not saying that he says that this is actually the biggest match in my career. Fair enough, he does, but at least give it some importance. I'm not blaming Virat. Perhaps that's how he is. That is what makes him the Virat Kohli that we all know. Anyways, we can also talk about the preparations. Bhajuba, Harbhajan Singh is also there with us. Bhajuba, just one thing. we're talking about the preparations. The Indian Premier League was the last match, if I am not wrong, was played on 29th of April, and India flew out to England on 2nd of June. In between, they were at home. Maybe, something could have been arranged. And as far as preparations are concerned, every New Zealand, every Kiwi player who was part of the IPL, was playing in India during that IPL, had that Duke's ball with him. He was here because mentally they were still thinking about that World Test Championship final. So preparation, you think New Zealand were far ahead of us as far as these preparations were concerned? Harbhajan, Bajubai, if you can hear. I think there is some problem with Harbhajan Singh.
I think they could have definitely, left for England a little bit earlier than what they have left, and played 1 or 2 games with one of the county sides. That was going to help them, but that unfortunately didn't happen because nobody was sure what is going to happen, whether IPL dates were going to be announced, when this is happening. So but it was a big final, which obviously India would have liked to win it and to become this championship of test match championship, but unfortunately that didn't happen. And of course now we sit back and see there are a lot of reasons we can find. Indian team not going there early, not playing any practice match with any of the county side. When you're playing amongst each other, you know what to get out of those games, and it's never those kind of intense games. But when you play against any county side or top side, you will play at your best, and of course what needs to be done to win those games. So I think India could have definitely gone a little earlier to England and played 1 or 2 practice games there.
All right, we've also got Mr. Sunil Gavaskar, who's there in Southampton for this World Test Championship final. He spoke to our network earlier in the evening. Let's listen into what exactly he had to say.
आज का दिन तो मतलब ऐसा था कि बिल्कुल ऊपर कोई बादल छाए हुए नहीं थे, पिच पर भी इतनी ज्यादा हरियाली नहीं थी, तो ऐसा लगा कि आज भारत के बल्लेबाज अच्छी तरह से बल्लेबाजी करेंगे, और अगर 200 रन तक अगर उन्होंने 200-250 रन भी अगर वो करते तो मैच तो बच जाती। शायद जीतने के लिए चांसेस कम थे, क्योंकि हमने अभी भी देखा है कि पिच अच्छी थी, तो इसका मतलब न्यूजीलैंड के 10 विकेट लेना आसान नहीं बनता। पर बल्लेबाज, जैसे आपने कहा, बल्लेबाजों ने आज ठीक तरह से बल्लेबाजी नहीं की और इसी की वजह से सिर्फ 170 करके ऑल आउट हो गए। और पहली पारी में तो लीड दिया था उन्होंने, 32 रन का लीड दिया था, उसी की वजह से तो 139 रन जो करने थे वो न्यूजीलैंड ने आखिरकार थोड़ी सी मतलब धीमी बैटिंग की, पर आखिरकार आखिरी 30-40 जो रन चाहिए थे वो उन्होंने फटाफट करके ये खिताब हासिल किया।
All right, that was Mr. Gavaskar. Well, India have lost yet another final at a major ICC event, with returns diminishing. Both Captain Kohli and batsman Kohli will be under tremendous pressure after this loss against New Zealand in the World Test Championship final. Here's why.
That's beautiful wicket. Virat Kohli has achieved many great things with the bat. World #1 rankings across formats, awards and accolades, both international and domestic. Yet, his cupboard is completely bare when it comes to a major trophy. Under Kohli's captaincy, India has failed to go the distance in ICC tournaments. In 2017, India lost to Pakistan in the Champions Trophy final, while New Zealand were the wall India failed to break in the semi-final of the 2019 ODI World Cup. Fast forward to the World Test Championship, Kohli's men faltered at the final hurdle once again. Be rest assured, there'll be growing clamour for Virat Kohli to give up captaincy after the World Test Championship final loss. For how long can India persist with Captain Kohli without winning a major tournament? Talking about Virat Kohli, the batsman, It has been 1 year and 7 months since Virat Kohli scored his last international century. Seems like ages ago. To put it in perspective, the Indian captain has 70 international centuries. And yet, none of them have come since November 2019. It was when he scored his last 100 against Bangladesh at home. The conditions were at their best for batting on the last day of the World Test Championship final. But Virat Kohli failed to capitalize on them. His teammate at RCB, Kyle Jamieson, had his number yet again. While it was the Inducker that got the better of Kohli in the first innings, Jamieson had him caught behind in the second, with India's number 4 wafting aimlessly at a delivery well outside off. With a big series up next, Virat's form could spell doom for a nation looking to win their first Test series in England since 2007. After all, he's India's best batsman, and there should be no debate about that fact. Back in 2014, the English conditions proved to be his undoing. But Virat's a fighter. It's his sheer grit and determination that have afforded him this legendary status in the world of cricket. A player revered for his never-say-die attitude and the ability to win games from the toughest of situations. He put the demons of his tour behind when India visited England in 2018. Even though India lost the Test series 4-1, Kohli had a phenomenal series. He scored 593 runs with 200s and 350s, becoming the highest scorer among both teams. Virat's biggest asset has been his confidence, and if that sudden drought of centuries has started to affect him, he doesn't have to look anywhere but just his numbers in England on the last tour. Sports Bureau, India Today.
Harbhajan, 19 months since Virat scored his last international 100 and 3 losses in the ICC tournaments. Are they going to affect him?
Well, I think Virat obviously kind of knew, the pressure of this game was going to be much bigger than those 5 Test matches they're going to play in England. But obviously, as a captain, you don't want to show sometime in the media or to the people outside, whether the team is under pressure or, what they feel. As a player, I can tell you, when you play such big games, there is always add-on pressure, extra pressure, and Virat Kohli, since he's a captain, pressure will be even more higher on him. So he did a good job to hide that pressure and not to show that there is any pressure on him or on team to perform well. But if you ask him after the game, he's always going to feel that yes, they have missed a big chance to win the World Championship trophy, and the team would be very disappointed with the result they have got, and obviously they have worked really hard to get to this point in the final, and they couldn't lift the trophy, and I was going to it was going to be disappointed, that anybody going to get disappointed by this sort of result, and of course team would have liked to win, but but this is cricket, this is what happens.
So not the first loss for India and not the last as well. Hopefully, there will be a better tomorrow as far as we are concerned. It's a wrap on the show.